Welcome back to Boundless Books. Today, we're exploring Chapter 21 of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, titled The Tale of the Three Brothers. This chapter is one of the most magical and revealing moments in the entire series, where the legend behind the Deathly Hallows is first introduced through a fairy tale that turns out to hold a deep, real-world significance. The chapter begins with Harry, Hermione, and Ron visiting Xenophilius Lovegood, Luna's eccentric father, to find answers about the strange symbol they've seen, the same one worn by Victor Krum and marked on Dumbledore's letter. They hope that Mr. Lovegood, editor of the Quibbler, can explain its meaning. As they sit in the odd, cluttered house, Harry notices that Luna is nowhere to be seen, and her absence feels unusual. Xenophilius, with his wild white hair and eccentric clothes, seems nervous and distracted. Still, he welcomes them and begins talking about the symbol. He tells them it represents the Deathly Hallows, a concept the trio has never heard before. At this point, Xenophilius fetches an old, worn book, The Tales of Beedle the Bard. Hermione recognizes it immediately. It's the book Dumbledore left her in his will. Xenophilius opens to a story titled The Tale of the Three Brothers, and Hermione reads it aloud to everyone. The tale describes three brothers who cheat death by building a bridge across a dangerous river. Death, angry at being tricked, pretends to congratulate them and offers each a prize of their choosing. The eldest brother, arrogant and power-hungry, asks for a wand more powerful than any other, the Elder Wand. The second brother, longing for lost love, requests the power to bring back the dead, and receives the Resurrection Stone. The youngest brother, humble and wise, asks for something that will allow him to avoid death forever, and receives the Invisibility Cloak. The first brother is murdered in his sleep for his unbeatable wand. The second brother resurrects his lost love, but she is cold and lifeless, a shadow of her former self, and he kills himself in grief. Only the third brother lives a long, full life, hidden from death under his cloak, until he finally removes it and greets death as an old friend. When Hermione finishes, there's a reflective silence. The story sounds like a fairy tale, but Xenophilius insists that it is true and that the Hallows are real. He explains the symbol. The triangle represents the cloak, the circle represents the stone, the line represents the wand. Together, they form the Deathly Hallows. Three magical objects that make their possessor the master of death. Hermione immediately argues that it's nonsense, just a story, but Ron and Harry are intrigued. Xenophilius becomes more agitated, speaking about how people have hunted for the Hallows for centuries. He says that the Elder Wand has appeared throughout history as an unbeatable wand, changing hands through murder or conquest. The Resurrection Stone, he claims, was engraved with the same symbol as the Hallows, and the cloak, he suggests, has been passed down through generations, perhaps even to someone they know. As they discuss this, Harry's thoughts race. He remembers how his father's cloak perfectly hides him from view, even from death itself. Could it be the third Hallow? But before they can ask more, Harry notices Xenophilius behaving strangely. He keeps glancing at the window, nervous and twitchy. When Harry asks about Luna, Xenophilius panics. He stammers that she's down at the stream, catching plimpies, but Harry sees something in his expression, fear. Moments later, they realize why. He has summoned the Death Eaters. Xenophilius confesses in desperation that the Death Eaters took Luna weeks ago. They're holding her captive in exchange for his cooperation. He's now trying to hand over Harry, hoping to save his daughter. The trio scrambles to escape as the Death Eaters appear outside the house. Hermione reacts quickly, blasting the printing press to pieces, creating chaos. In the confusion, she apparates them away just as the house explodes behind them. The chapter ends with Harry's heart heavy with guilt and sorrow, realizing that even Luna, one of their kindest friends, has become a victim of the war. But it also leaves him haunted by what they've learned, that the Deathly Hallows might be more than a myth, and that he, somehow, might already possess one. Key moments in the chapter include: the trio visits Xenophilius Lovegood's home seeking answers. Hermione reads the tale of the three brothers aloud. The concept of the Deathly Hallows is revealed. Harry connects the story to his invisibility cloak. Xenophilius betrays them, trying to turn Harry over to the Death Eaters. Hermione saves the group by escaping through apparition. Differences between the book and the movie. In the movie, the story of the three brothers is shown through a beautiful animated sequence rather than Hermione reading it aloud. The betrayal by Xenophilius and the Death Eater confrontation are shortened significantly in the film. The movie does not show the full discussion about the meaning of the Hallows or Harry's realization about his cloak. The emotional tension about Luna's capture is hinted at but not fully explained as in the book. That wraps up chapter 21, The Tale of the Three Brothers. This chapter marks a turning point in the story, introducing the mysterious and powerful Deathly Hallows, which will shape the rest of Harry's journey. It blends myth, magic, and destiny in a way that only J.K. Rowling could, showing that fairy tales sometimes hide deep truths. What do you think? Are the Deathly Hallows truly real, or just a wizarding legend? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time as we continue our journey through Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.